What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with Astrophy. Castle level is a 16. Jump into it on my knight.
Let's do this thing.
Alright, so we have a Squidly. Alright, so the Squidly's just to kind of distract your attention, and then the Zeke kind of shoots you in the face. I think that's pretty good. You can just barely see the Zeke line coming through here. Like he's lining up a headshot, basically. So if someone does stop and actually attack him, it'll work out well for you. If he goes back around this corner, it won't work out nearly as well. Alright, so this is the same basic principle, except this time you can see the guy really easily. I would prefer, let's see, 4 and then 12 is 16? Yeah? Okay, so I would prefer you to get rid of one of these Squidlies and add a Defendatron onto your Zeke, just to keep him alive a little bit longer. I think that would be a little bit better. Unfortunately, his pound was better than my smite, but yeah, I mean, this is okay. It's not bad. Pete Poundmores are pretty good, especially at the lower levels, like, 20 and below. Can I skip this? No, okay. Alright. Not too bad. I do think that this one is a little bit out in the open, where I can kind of get into this good position right here, and if I was an archer I could just like headshot him, use, bear traps, and just, take him out without him being able to do any damage. Alright, I like the jelly wall. I'm a little indifferent about the Robo Shieldatron on that other end of it. I think maybe it would be better if he was like on bodyguard or something. I don't really like the shield. It's okay, I guess, but it really only wastes time, and I don't think you can really time anybody out right now with the timers the way they are. I mean, the current star is 2 minutes and 44 seconds, but the actual castle timer, I probably have about 6 more minutes to get through this. Maybe more. Alright, so I mean, these things don't really work anymore. You can still throw them in, and once in a while you might get lucky for a kill. This is very weird. These two Dr. Skulls, I don't understand them at all. Maybe I will in a little bit, we'll see. As well as like your Zeeks never having bodyguards and stuff, you can really abuse this. You notice how I just took out those Zeeks really quickly. It's mainly because you don't have anything defending them, and also you need to have some sort of a trap to put pressure on me if I abuse this corner. Because if I pull this group through the wall, the Zeke is always going to get kind of stuck and hung up on this corner, as well as this one if I pull both groups. So they're both going to kind of stick right here, and I can just, attack them like twice and then do a punt for a stun, and they'll probably be dead after that. Maybe I'll have to follow up with 1 or 2 more swings. As well as these two Dr. Skulls need to have some sort of purpose. Like right now I can just skip them, and even if I couldn't skip them, I'm not really sure what they would do for you. I guess they're probably on Resurrect, but you don't need 2 of them on Resurrect. That's a little excessive. Alright, so dodge the Cyclops. That's kind of why I don't like Cyclops, is they're pretty easy to dodge. They charge up their swing, and if you just dodge the first one, they kind of all attack at the same time. So you dodge them for like 2 seconds, and then you can just kill them pretty easily. That's why I don't normally stack a ton of Cyclopses. I think 2 is kind of my max, and usually I only get 1 in one group. Dur is okay. He's a pretty good boss, especially at the level that you get him at. Pre-made bosses get weaker and weaker as the game goes on, just because they don't scale all that well. The best one is still probably Count Nottingham in terms of like damage scaling. He can actually dish out some decent DPS. But yeah, not too bad of a castle. You gotta fix a couple of those things with like your Dr. Skulls that are skippable, and a couple of the other things that I mentioned. But yeah, we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Next up is Pxxnda. I remember him from somewhere, but I'm not sure exactly where. I'm not sure if he has been a viewer for a while and I've ran his castle before, on viewer castles, or if he was in the competition, because he is level 32, or if I just randomly attacked him at some point and I just remember his castle from somewhere. So we'll have to see. Alright, so I pulled 2 groups because I realized that there's a Pete Poundmore. Pete Poundmores are actually kind of weak in my opinion. So I know I can control him with... I can control Pete Poundmores with bear traps and basically take 0 damage from them. So I'm already wondering maybe if he has a knight or something, because Pete Poundmores are one of the easiest units for archers to take care of. Maybe... like, Mega Muttons used to be a problem, but they're actually pretty easy for me as well now. So one of those 2 elites are kind of the easiest. Scorpios are still annoying because you can get pulled into bad situations, and like you can be in a good situation like I am now, and if I get pulled and I take a tick of this damage, a bite from him and his pull, I can take, you know, 1,500 damage just like that, and it can put me in a really bad spot where I kind of want to use a potion, but I know I shouldn't because it's only 1 Scorpio. So I still don't like fighting Scorpios. Alright, so we got a Zeke here. Now this is one where I kind of wish I didn't pull 2 groups. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to kite the Zeke back. So you notice he delinked from the Defendatron right there. And that was kind of my idea. Because Zekes are faster than Defendatron, so if you kite them far enough, and especially because I noticed that the Defendatron was getting hung up on the wall, that's kind of why I did it. He wasn't following very closely to the Zeke, so I found it pretty easy to do that. I'm going to stun this guy and then headshot. That should kill him. Alright. But yeah, he was getting hung up on this corner right here, so I knew I could just kite him back a little bit and the Zeke would delink. So that was pretty easy. You'll have to... I don't know if there's something that you could do to try to make it so that the Defendertron can get around that corner a little bit easier, but his AI did get a little hung up there. Alright, this can be a problem, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. I actually wonder about the trap right here. I wonder if it's the best for this situation. Like, you could think about something... I mean, it's a little bit... I don't know, it's hard to figure out exactly what the person's going to do. I can, like, dive in here and try to fight the guy inside this ring. And I might, you know, aggro the Jimbo, or I might get silenced or anything like that. Or I can pull it back to this room. And if I pull this IMAX back to this room, and you had me blocked off with, say, a spike trap right here, so I only have this small area to fight this IMAX in, I think you have a lot more potential of actually hitting me with the displacement field. It's something to think about. I'm not sure if that rotating cannon trap is best there. This is skippable? Question mark? Looks to be. Alright, so I know that there's a Cyclops and a Hungerbot. The thing is, this Jimbo being skippable actually kind of blocks my angle that I might be able to get a volley in here. Like, I don't think if I drop a volley here it'll pull it, but I'm not sure. Actually, it did. Okay, interesting. So I have to be careful, but I would like to skip this Jimbo if I can. Definitely something you'll want to change, you know, as soon as you can, because you don't want skippable groups, obviously. I'd like to get that health globe, but it might aggro that group, so I'm just going to leave it. And wait for this, so I can get over the spike trap without damaging myself. Alright, so we have a Snotter over here. Let's pull that. Another one where you might have been able to block off your angle a little bit better, right there, so that I have to go over the spike trap multiple times. It's always good. You can sometimes time it out if you can get like 1 square in. Technically you can time this out so that when as soon as they're closing you can like vault over it and take 0 damage, but it's super hard. Like, it's within 1 second, like, it's crazy. But if you can get 1 square over it and then leap, it's a lot easier. And obviously if you just wait for it and time it out well, you can just walk over it as well, as like a knight or a mage that doesn't have, what do you call it there? So I guess maybe the reason that I don't mind Mega Muttons as much now is because I'm using bear traps. Before, when I thought Mega Muttons were actually a problem, or not a problem, but I mean they were a little bit difficult for archers to take care of, I was using Caltrops, which don't stop Mega Muttons charge, so that could be a pretty big deal if you're having trouble with Mega Muttons. I do have to say, once you get good with bear traps, they're pretty effective. And they're even more effective at this level because of the spiders that you have that pounce on you. you can stop them with bear traps as well. I think bear traps might be slightly overpowered if I had to say anything. I don't know, I think they have too much stopping power. Especially for their mana cost. It's only, what, 15 mana? That's crazy. And I can completely stop this Mega Mutton and this spider from getting to me. And then it slows them down afterwards on top of it, which is even more crazy. Alright, so I'm kind of just waiting around for this Mr. Boom Boom. I could move back slightly just so I don't take any trap damage. Should drop a volley. That's really the only added DPS you can get on a Mr. Boom Boom unless you're gonna vault around, roll around, and see if you can, you know, get headshots on him. But if you're just attacking him straight up, the bombs will pretty much always get in the way unless you're volleying him. Alright. Okay, that was my bad. I should have like anticipated that Cyclops was going to use up the bear trap. What happened there is I dropped the bear traps, the Cyclops went in and removed the front two, and then the battering ram removed this one, and then the spider got his pounce in because of that. That was just laziness from me. I mean, not a big deal, but yeah. I think I actually see kind of a lack of, an overall lack of, what are they, Stairmasters in your castle. And I'm not really sure why, because I think they're one of the better units at this level for like overall sustained damage and stuff. Alright, second Mr. Boom Boom down. Probably will only see one more of them. Because I think a lot of people that have level 32 castles like those competitions, so they have kind of built their castles to compete in them. Alright, so here's some Stairmasters here. These are the first ones that I've seen, and as you can see I'm taking more damage than I have the entire castle. They're really good units. I wish the damage was scaling like earlier on, so that newer players could use these as well. Because I mean, the 40 damage at level 24 is just not worth it, and everything else below that is just laughable. I mean, when you first get Stairmasters, they do something like 8 damage per tick. Which, I mean, who's ever going to die to that? Like, you're only ever going to take 1 or 2 ticks of damage per shot, and they're pretty easy to dodge as well. I mean, not super easy, because you can make rooms to take advantage of, like, how they perform, like their mechanics and stuff. But, I think that they should scale quite a bit better. I think, like, level 24 that do 40 damage now should do something like 150, or maybe, like, 125, and then, you know, it's 250 and then like 400 or something. And then, you know, scale it like that, just like 75% of the damage or something. So the first level you get them is like 50 or, you know, 40, I don't know. But yeah, we'll jump into number 3 in just a sec. Alright, next up we have Judo, cast level 32 as well. It's good that I'm getting some practice in on these level 32 castles before the competition starts. I actually need to be careful because I'm not sure if the competition has started yet. It is technically Friday where I am at right now, but I'm not sure what time the competition is actually starting. I think it's probably like during the day sometime, so I'll probably be okay to be doing these runs right now. I mean, the last one would have been perfect though. I don't think I used a potion, so even if the competition was on, it would have been good for me. Alright. The Mega Mutton startled me a little bit. I wish it was something a little bit more scary though. Mega Mutton's without charge, obviously. It does not a big deal if I take 1 hit from a Mega Mutton there. This could hurt, but I'm fine. But if it was, you know, something like a Stairmaster and a Cyclops, the Cyclops, you know, bashes me over the head. Stairmaster throws his displacement field thing on me, and I could take, you know, 2,000 or death damage. Alright, so I mean, I see what you're going for here. I guess if someone went up like this, I wouldn't be able to see them until I'm right up on top of them, and then the Cyclops bashes me back into this jelly wall. If you could probably get it, like, if you could get this jelly wall closer to the wall, closer to the actual wall, because what I did is I tend to always go towards the southern side, like towards where I'm going to have the most vision. Unless I'm blocked by a trap, right? If this jelly wall was up against the wall here, I might be a little bit more careful with how I'm pushing up. I might, you know, scout with the mouse a little bit, but I wouldn't walk like this. I wouldn't see what's coming beforehand. So you could probably push that all the way to the wall and it would work a little bit better. At least more often, it would work better. As well as the possibility of the Cyclops just pushing you completely through the jelly wall to the other side, and then it's not really useful. Good idea, though. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. I'm gonna use a potion. I'm in a pretty bad spot now. I did not notice that that was there. It was a really good setup. I gotta try to kill these archers off, and then it's just a Mr. Boom Boom, so I'll be okay. Alright, I think I should be fine now. I just have to get to a point where I'm killing his summons before they get to me. Alright, I'm good. That was a good setup, though. If that had been a Zeke, I would have died. Or, unless I blocked a shot. I did just roll, so I did have a reasonably high block chance. But, that was good. I still, to this day, always vault over these stupid spike traps, and you really have to check and be very careful. Those are like the new Hungerbot pulls, and I'm not reacting to them properly yet. Because I've kind of trained myself to leap over traps and, you know, get past them as quickly as possible so you don't take extra damage. But that's incorrect in a lot of situations. Now, ow, that Zeke. See, I mean, Zekes are deadly. You take one too many shots. Alright. I should be okay. Alright, cool. Did that Zeke die? I'm not actually sure what he died to. I guess I must have shot a piercing arrow that killed him with a crit or something. So this is pretty good. I have a very limited area that I can fight this Jimbo in. Luckily I've gotten pretty good at fighting Jimbos in these small areas. With bear traps it's just so easy to shut them down. Had this been like a Stairmaster with his circle thing, I would definitely have to leap back through here. The thing is, mouse traps don't punish you nearly as much as like a spike trap hit. Yes, you have a higher chance of, like, if I get knocked down by this, the chances of a Jimbo walking up and actually being able to get a swing on me are higher than if, you know, obviously if I hit a spike trap, which wouldn't stun me or do any utility type stuff. But it would do, like, a higher chance of damage, you know what I mean? Mouse traps are easier to time out than spike traps. You really have to get lucky if you get into a bad spot with a Jimbo or a Stairmaster, that the spike trap has just happened to be right where you need it to be at the specific timing. Whereas mouse traps, it's more frequently a time where you can get through them without taking any damage or getting hit by them whatsoever. I hope that made sense. Because I don't think it did at all. Alright, okay, so this was blocked in through there. So you were trying to do kind of a flanking Jimbo there. That was pretty interesting. The only thing is I did notice the Defendatron, which is unfortunate for you. I don't think there's anything you could really do to fix that. They're kind of shoved into the corner as much as they possibly could be. The only thing you could do is would be to remove the Defendatron completely, or I don't know, put him somewhere else, but I don't know where. Maybe you could put him on the other side, other corner there, and maybe that would work. I actually got through that? No, I didn't. I was just gonna say that I actually get through that without taking any of this debuff garbage, but I didn't. Alright. Another Mega Mutton. These small rooms are like the best way that you can use Mega Muttons. This is a scary spot. Yeah, I need to back out of this. As you can see, it's much easier to get through mouse traps, though. Mouse wheel traps than a spike trap. If it was here, I would probably take a 400 damage hit. And it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a Jimbo hit off, even if you do get hit by the mouse trap, because it flings you away. So depending on which angle I get flung by this mouse trap, I can probably get up and roll away as the Jimbo swing is like coming down. Alright, so there is a Hungerbot that I'd like to kill off. Hungerbot level 7s can be kind of annoying. You can see how fast they are. It's disgusting. Like they start shooting and hit you before your attack will go off. from your bow. Probably not if you had a faster bow, but they're pretty quick. The thing is, the pulls still give you damage immunity, so I think the pin strike is probably the best way to use it. That was a good one. I got dragged over the spike trap, which I think would have given me damage immunity, so I didn't take any damage going over it. But when I went back, when I had to roll away, I did take a tick of damage there. And I'll have to go back over it again, so there's a possibility of, 2 ticks of damage. This would have been good if you would have got that drag into the fire. That's one thing I do like with Mega Mutton plus Scorpio pulls. Oh, I'm dead. That sucks. Alright, so there is Mr. Boom Boom that I'll take out eventually. I think this is the third. Not 100%. He's more annoying than anything else. He does have the potential to kill you, as I've said before. Alright, I'll wait around for this because I'm kind of low on life. Alright, so we have some Stairmasters here. Pretty good on, like, blocking your angles. I don't think there's anything that I can do. I'll try. Actually, I did get that hit off. I have no idea how I did that. Didn't really look like I was going to be able to, but I think I'll be safe and just take a potion here. Even though I've already died, it doesn't matter. As you can see, I would have died, though, if I hadn't used the potion. Because Stairmasters are crazy. Alright, cool. That looks so weird. Alright, anyway. Mr. Boom Boom and a Scorpio. Drop a volley on both of them. And I probably will try to target down... Oh, this is gonna hurt. I was wondering why there was a spike trap there, and then I got pulled onto it, and I was like, oh, that will probably hurt me. Alright, now I have to take out the Bone Puppeteer, though. I won't be able to take down a being healed Mr. Boom Boom. That would just be insane. Actually a pretty good boss room, to be honest, though. You actually literally have to take out this Defendatron before you can deal damage to Mr. Boom Boom. That's pretty interesting. Alright. Yeah, good castle, it killed me. Hopefully it won't kill me. I don't know if you're in the competition or not. I think so, though. I'll have to double check. Probably write you a message so that you know that this isn't a replay from the competition as well. But that is number 3, so we're going to end the video here. If you guys enjoy what I do, please subscribe, as always. If you want to be a part of Viewer Castles, you can email me at frenzycastleruns. I'm still a little backed up. You can check the spreadsheet that I have with everybody's name on it. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of names still to do. So that's 18 more castles to run for Viewer Castles until I'm free to do whoever's castle submits next. So, a little backed up, but you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com if you want to be a part of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.